Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We are on the test server, and today I want to give a quick test for the new mythical Joan the Luminant. I've got my first guess as to how she will be built. We'll see if it actually ends up being accurate or not. We're going to find out, but I'm very intrigued by her. She has quite possibly the coolest mythical metamorph ever, with the swords coming out her back. Very cool. By the way, for this video, I'm trying it out. Number one, thanks to Plarium, as always, for letting me on the test server. And number two, I am testing this with the in-game music and sound effects in the background. Let me know if that's better than usual, if it's worse than usual. Is it too loud, too quiet? Give me your thoughts on it. I'm curious what you think. But we look at Joan the Luminant. What's she all about? Well, she is a reviver and debuff remover in her base form. And in her alternate form, she is a damage dealer who scales off not only attack, but resistance as well. So she's going to be a champion we're building high resistance on. We deal more damage against enemies who have lower resistance than us. When an enemy gets revived, she instantly revives someone on your team with her A3. If everyone on your team is alive, she'll instantly remove all your debuffs, give you increased attack, increased resist, and a turn meter boost. Her A1 is healing, and it's giving a buff spread effect as well. So her base form looks like a really cool anti-debuff champion, who is also going to be enabling other damage dealers a bit with increased attack. That's pretty aggressive. She's a reviver with a really nice revive. And yeah, I think her biggest weakness is going to be that she's pretty squishy. She doesn't have anything to keep her alive. Let me say like Lazarius, who I've got built as a speed booster hybrid damage dealer. We're going to be building Joan as more of like a high resistance tank. That's also a hybrid damage dealer. Lazarius, he turns his attack into up to 30% damage reduction. And he also gives himself Perfect Veil, which is damage reduction against AoE attacks. Joan has nothing to try keep her alive. You think about Theodosia, another mythical reviver. She has a passive. She is self-buff Stone Skin. We think about, obviously, Galathier has damage reduction from resistance. Joan has nothing, so we'll see if how squishy she is in her base form. Her alternate form has a lot of ways to keep her alive. So in her alternate form, she takes 15% less damage from enemies whose resistance is lower than hers. She'll have a protected counterattack. She can give herself block damage for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. And yeah, pretty sick. So there you go. Let's, I mean, she's actually going to be fairly tanky there. We'll see what she can do in terms of damage. How have I built her? So what I've done, I've gone for 4 lethal, 4 stone skin. I feel like it's pretty intensive in terms of stats to try to do this. So I'm not 100% sure if this build is the way to go, but I've got her. This is her base form. She has, we've given her 5-star blessing as well. She's got a good relic. I'll show that to you as well, but we're going kind of all out. She has 75,000 HP, 4,000 defense, 326 speed, 100% crit rate, and 274 crit damage. She has 786 resistance. I am concerned this is going to be too low. And possibly I need to be looking for 800 plus, and that's with a main stat. It's a mythical relic, the Volcardiac Heart. So I maybe have not built enough resistance on her. We'll find out pretty shortly. Certainly once the increased resist buff is on, no problem. But before that point, she might be kind of vulnerable. So we will see. And you might want to be building her to always resist everything. She has a resistance aura, but we're unlikely to use that for PvP, which is where we're going to test her today. And yeah, like to do this sort of build, I think speed boots seems pretty likely. Resistance, chest piece with the resist. I do have her in crit damage gloves, and you can see I've given her some really good glyphs. Like, we've gone pretty all out here. I do suspect you're probably going to lean more towards crit rate gloves, and I've built her with pretty high crit damage. I think you're going to be looking for more like 200 to 250. And cranking that resistance up a bit higher. I wonder. We'll find out. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how she performs. Definitely, I think a crit damage necklace with resistance, a resistance banner, and then probably a necklace, a ring, excuse me, which has lots of HP percent attack. Even a bit of defense percent is not bad, though there's so much ignore defense in Arena. We don't care as much about that. In her alternate form, her attack's still pretty low, 4,500. We might want that to be 5,000 plus. Still got good resistance, etc. So we'll see how it pans out. With these hybrid, it's the same thing with Lazarius, by the way. With these hybrid mythicals, any hybrid champion, they're really stat intensive. So blessings have a monstrous impact, particularly for mythicals. Like, look at all the stats we're getting from this 5-star blessing. A 6-star be even more. Blessings have a massive impact. Giving them a really good relic will have a massive impact. I've given her a plus 15 Volcardiac Heart. I don't have one yet on my account because I'm stockpiling resources, but this is not out of the realms of possibility, though this would be like really using everything on my account. So I do think this is actually pretty achievable for an end game account at time of recording. Actually, this is not outside the realms of possibility. For the blessings, not 100% sure. I do think Life Harvest is pretty good, where she's going to destroy enemy max HP, get turn meter when they revive. I think that's pretty good. She's got a bit of anti-reviver stuff happening here on her passive in Form 1. In Form 2, she does have a block revive, so sort of anti-reviver. But her damage is probably not going to be crazy, I'm assuming. So I think getting extra turns at Life Harvest, destroying their HP so you can pick them off with her A1 counterattacks, which are going to be very strong. I think all of that is going to be pretty good. Lightning Cage is always a safe bet to protect her buffs, though hopefully she'll have enough resistance it won't matter. But if you're concerned about something like a Embrace, which is a very big concern, it could help protect her Stone Skin at the start of the fight, and so on. We're going to try with Life Harvest first, and we'll see how we go, basically. Temporal Chain's always good. Ward of the Fallen maybe is good. She's an attack-based champ. Yeah, there's lots of different stuff. We're going to start off with this and see how we go. If you don't have Volcardiac Heart, I do think Aspect of Siroth might be another nice go-to, which will help her survive in her base form. It gives her a bit of resistance. And yeah, if they bring, like... I think her alternate form is going to be a pain to deal with the constant block damage. If they bring someone with ignore block damage, who can do it, let's say, on a cooldown, and they're like, haha, I've got my ignore block damage champ, I'll just pick her off with that, easy peasy. They try to kill you, and you get saved by an Aspect of Siroth. That could be kind of cool. And then, they expect you to die, but surprise, it's a big double damage counterattack. Yeah, for her Masteries, I've gone like this. I think one interesting thing could be ditching Helm Smasher to pick up Unshakable. Maybe. I do think you definitely want to get Defiant. That extra 10 resistance is nice. I have given her Solidarity, more resistance for each buff placed by this champion. I think fits her build. Whirlwind of Death for killing people. Pretty standard stuff, counterattacking, because I do think her A1's very good. Less damage from crits. You get the gist. Let's give it a go. The first team we are going to try her in. Let's jump in to this. We'll click refresh and we'll just go. First team we're going to try her in is... Oh, sorry, I've got it preset up already. We're going to try her for fun with... We got a big speed aura for Arena here from Lady Noelle. So Lady Noelle, Sir Nicholas, they were available December last year. The Christmas Fusion and then the Christmas Titan event. So they're old, but if you're in a situation where you're pulling Joan, there's a decent shot you will have been playing for long enough. You're gonna probably playing for quite a while, and you might have these champions anyway. And then Fabian, arguably the best PvP fusion this year. So he's going to give us some speed, some lockout stuff. They'll be tanky. What is kind of fun is Lady Noelle also has, which in fact she has even higher resistance. So this could be an interesting sort of go second team. I've got 9-piece protection on Sir Nicholas, which means that he can come in, and whenever Lady Noelle uses her A2 on him, putting out Unkillable. So we're going to have protected Unkillable bouncing around. Once we get increased resist on Lady Noelle, it's going to be very hard for them to debuff and stuff. So let's just give it a shot. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Let's go. We'll play it on manual for the first couple so you can see how the team is working. Then we'll throw in some auto fights. We'll see how she performs there. Visually, she looks very cool. So we are faster. Let's see, do we have enough accuracy? We do. We've locked them out. Here we go. It's Joan's turn. So, obviously, she can only use this if somebody's dead. We're going to open with her A2. Let's go 1x speed so we can see it at 1x speed. Pretty standard buffing stuff. It's cool. The increased resist, at least buff effect, is nice. We're going to apply the Unkillable over here. And at this point, we should have massive resistance on a lot of people. Sifi's sleep is irresistible, so that's what's going on there. But, I mean, let's nuke these guys with Sir Nicholas. He's not going to do crazy damage or anything. He's got an Aspect of Siroth to keep him alive. He's not going to do, not going to do crazy damage by any means, shape, or form. But what he will do is a little bit of damage. It will add up. Okay, here we go. It's Joan's turn. Let's flip her over. Oh, and then the swords come out. That's so cool. I suspect you're probably going to be opening with her A2. just to keep block damage up as much as possible. Let's see how much damage she's going to do against this team. Not bad. She gets block damage. Bang. She gets smacked by him, and she doesn't care. Oh my god, that counterattack. That A1 hit like a truck. That did like 80,000 to a Duchess. Duchess has AoE damage reduction. That was very strong. Oh, let's try it against some turtles. Cool. Let's leave her on full auto this time. You get the gist of what's happening. I just want to watch this. It seems like her A1 is hitting actually really hard. Very interesting. Okay, so we're cutting in. We're trying to lock them out. We mostly got weak hits, which is a little less than ideal. Joan's given us increased resist and actually removed those debuffs. Now we've got unkillable. I'm not sure on the test server if everyone's going to be geared or not. I don't know. Shell Shocker is going to reduce his cooldown, sort of counteracting the Fabian a little bit. We can see Joan getting beat up. But she's doing some buff spreading. Okay, here we go. She's swapping forms. Bang. It's not an amazing AoE, that A2, but it's okay. But it's now the fact that she's got protected counterattack as well. She's got block damage. She's kind of a pain to deal with. That was her A3. Her A3... Hang on a second. So her A3... Seraphic Swoop. Yeah, it was Seraphic Swoop. This is a triple hitter. 3 hits. That seemed to hit for 100,000 on the first hit, which is extremely high. What is interesting to this about me, one of the big questions about Jo, we'll see this in action again in a second. One of the big questions is, if her damage is actually really high, she's getting ramping ignore defense here. She ignores defense on this move, she's higher resistance. Potentially, you could ditch the lethal set. You could put her into 6-piece Stone Skin for 2 turns of Stone Skin. You could give her like some Righteous gear or something. You give her Chronophage. You could give her a mix of different sets to focus more on resistance and ditch ignore defense. Now, the more ignore defense you have, the better it is. So potentially this is the A1 once it starts stacking up, and this A3 will do huge damage if we do get her in lethal, and it might be high priority. I don't know. It's a big question. Let's see how we go. So we're up against some bombs this time, which is obviously pretty nasty. The unkillable would save us, but he might just be faster and bomb us. So this will come down probably to resistance. Okay, no, Joan was fast enough. Cool. So it's kind of nice to build her fast. He actually, Mythical, well, that's crazy. How much accuracy does he have? The Mythical actually removed, I did not expect that. He actually removed her increased resistance right there, which is crazy. There's her AoE. Again, it's an okay AoE, but it's not crazy. Her A3 just blocked revive, though. That's very strong. She just blocked revive on him. Should be just a normal A1, but she's got petrification, so it doesn't really do anything. It does double damage when counterattacking anyway. Here we go. Oh, I do have A2, 50-something thousand damage. Decent. It's decent. Oh, okay. She's metamorphing back. I didn't actually expect her to do that. That's fine. If they were to revive anyone, she'd be popping off with some buffs. Okay, cool. Cool stuff. I mean, she's doing enough damage to kill them. Let's try out Hell Hades. Here we go. And let's have a look more at her form 2. I think you do want to. Here's actually one interesting thing about her, which I haven't highlighted yet. So he boosts up with Sifi. This is the problem with Sifi. Supersonic set. Feels bad. I love my 6-star Sifi. But one thing with her, you'll notice in the Masteries, I didn't go for the support tree and lasting gifts. That's a mastery which can increase your buff duration, and typically that's very important. One thing that's pretty cool about Joan, she actually places these buffs for 3 turns, which means that they will carry over reasonably well into her alternate form, compared to most mythicals who tend to outrun their buffs. So this is actually very generous buff duration. It also means for any PvE content, it'd be easy to keep increased resist up the entire time. I mean, if she's your fastest champion, your team will always have increased resist pretty much no matter what, unless you're taking crazy extra turns and all of that. Okay, so let's wait for her to swap over into her other form. Being fast here could be pretty sick as well. Like, if we lock them out and we know the mythicals are going to metamorph and start nuking. Yeah, you can see here she's getting hit hard. She hit him for 41,000. Bit stronger than Sir Nicholas. He's got increased attack. He doesn't. She has lethal. He doesn't. He doesn't have a very hard-hitting A1. I think we put that together. It's not the craziest. Let's see. I think she's locked out, so it doesn't really matter. But we come over here, and here, her A3. She gets an extra turn if she doesn't kill the target. If they're killed and have lower resistance, she blocks revive. So, I mean, we'll go in with just her AoE, and it kills them. She hit him for 100,000. I mean, looking kind of legit. Let's see how she does against some turtles. This should be pretty darn strong, to be honest, because of Lady Noelle, Sir Nicholas. The turtles can't deal with Unkillable. They've all been locked out as well. Unlucky for them. Raphael can hit through block damage, but he's not going to find it easy to do. So here we're getting smacked by the turtles, but we're unkillable. Hey, happy days for us. No revivers on the turtle, so our Life Harvest Blessing's not going to help us whatsoever. They've been frozen somewhat. He's dead as well. Okay, and Joan's going to swap over and just nuke them. Hit Leonardo for 41,000. Yeah, so like her A2 is not doing crazy damage. We need to find a stronger team. We're absolutely destroying. Okay, here we go. We'll fight Scratch. He might not have gear on them. I don't know. You get a lot of team power from resistance. So it's hard to know. Crit rate and resistance give you more team power than anything else. We'll see. If he's got gear on, there should be a good test. They are very tanky. I want to see a longer fight to see what her... I don't know. It looks like they're geared. He's going to get nuked. We'll get Unkillable up first. Oh, Mythical. He's tried to strip our buffs, but he wasn't fully able to. Oh, she's actually gone in with a revive, first of all. And she revives with Unkillable and gave Fabian an instant turn. A revive with instant turn, very strong, and lets them survive, though he did get polymorphed. Slightly unfortunate. But have her AI preset to priority 1 on her revive, which probably does make sense. It's probably what you would do. She might get stunned here. Just decrease resist on, which is less than ideal. Here we go. She's going to nuke them. Gets block damage. Gets smacked by Taras. She shouldn't counterattack from that. She should counterattack if he hits her, though. Galathier, all of his A1s are AoE, so we should get some Galathier counterattacks. Here we go. 1-time speed. Not bad damage. Oh, whoa. I forgot to turn off auto, so what we just saw happen there, she just hit a Marishka for 80, I think it was 84,000 damage on her counterattack. Which is, it's pretty good. Let's see if we can kill off the Galathier. There we go. Great. She still has block damage, so she's pretty safe. Okay, here we go. Here's her counterattack. Are we ready? Doesn't have increased attack, so this won't be quite as strong, but it should still be pretty good. 44,000. Taras only took 17,000. Not a bad little counterattack. I guess he's just dead. We removed his thing before this. Basic A1, yeah, like 14,000 as well. She's having an impact. Let's try the 6-star Sanguine Maria. We'll just do this whole set. I mean, I was wondering, will I need to switch up the gear and the team and whatnot? She's feeling pretty good in this team. I will be honest. She's feeling pretty spicy. I'm liking her so far. So unfortunately, he's got this debuff on him. She's removed it. But he doesn't have Unkillable, but she could revive him if he dies, which is fine. Is Maria is going to start getting some extra turns. Potentially kind of scary. You can see her A1 counterattack, not particularly strong. Petrified, the Maria is very strong. Sifi Sleep, irresistible. It doesn't matter, we've got increased resist. I mean, we've over 1,000 resistance at this point, but it doesn't matter if it's irresistible. Won't do anything for you. One fun thing to actually see in action is... Well, it's kind of tricky for us to do it. I decrease his turn. Yeah, no. Let's have her swap over. Just leave her here. I kind of want to see her form 1, like benefiting when enemies revive and whatnot. So here we go. I think this is kind of nice as well, where they revive, and then she has to come in and block revive straight away. It's pretty brutal, right? If they revive somebody, and then your Life Harvest kicks in, she's got a really good chance to punish them. And that block damage... That lasts super well. It's actually kind of brutal. So you've got like 1 turn here where she's vulnerable, though she's going to counterattack right now. Decent damage. The Valcardiac Heart helping to keep her alive a little bit. You have like a 1 turn gap where she doesn't have block damage. She should be giving herself block damage in a second here. And again, block damage. It's back up. She's got very high block damage uptime. She's doing block revives. Here she's actually going to cycle back. Leaves her certainly a little vulnerable. It's interesting stuff. I feel like I've built a good team clearly for her to showcase her well here. Tooting my own horn. Oh, this is a scary team. Cruising. Ooh, the scariest team possible. This team should really kill us if it's... I don't know how it works on auto. But yeah, if Shuzan just gave an instant turn to him... Yeah, I think he might just kill us here. Do we have enough resistance or do we just die? We do not. Oh, but Lady Noelle has lived. But now Lady Noelle is dead. Okay. So this is Commodus. Very good against Stone Skin. Because he's a mythical, he's got the ignore resistance. He's +2 as well. But if you've got, you know... it's difficult to rely on resistance. I mean, at the same time, when everything is equal, like if he's not +2 and if his gear's a bit worse, you can also run that risk of, ooh, what if I don't have enough accuracy to hit past their resistance? It's more so, I'd say, you'd be a bit more nervous as well if they're Force Affinity like a Galathir. But still, stick, cool. Our first loss. Our first loss. Bombs through the resistance. You'd be pretty scared, I'd say, to bomb Joan. Like I said, I feel like I built her probably a little low on the resist. Here we go. She's actually been locked out. So now let's see what happens. She'll metamorph and immediately comes in with block damage and a big counterattack. Like, it's quite nasty. And she's going to be hitting hard. Let's see. Narcies will be immune to counterattacks. Let's see how much damage we're going to do to this fella. Decent. Decent. Half his health. An AoE counterattack again. So, she ignores shield, block damage, and unkillable. So we could just kill him. Block revive. Like, just like that, it's a block revive. Kind of brutal right there. Now, this is where she's weak. If he he's probably going to actually hit me right here. We're going to counterattack. We're killing her. But Narcy's going to take us down. What did take us down there? How did we die? Maybe he had Volcardiac Heart as well. So that's where you're vulnerable, is when you lose that one turn of block damage. We built her high speed, but then they can come in and kill you. But I tell you, if he didn't kill us right then and there, we could have come in, put block damage on again, then got back to her first turn, swapped back into... got her metamorph back off cooldown, swapped to her first form, revived Noelle... with an instant turn on Noelle, and like then it starts to get kind of nasty. She's cool, man. Right, last fight, and we'll call it there. But yeah, what do you think of this mythical? I think she looks really cool. I am very intrigued by her. This is just a quick PvP test with just the one build. Yeah, like there's lots of different teams you could try her in. Generally speaking, I think that this is going to be good. I think she will pair up well with other high-resist champions. I think she will pair up well with other revive champions. I think she'll pair up well with other damage dealers. Because she is that sort of hybrid. She's not a very tanky reviver. She's not a massive damage dealer. But, I mean, she's also, at the same time, she's pretty strong. Like, she's strong enough to be quite a threat. Yeah, she's definitely strong enough to be a threat. Absolutely. But yeah, we'll get more thoughts on how to build her and whatnot. Like I said, I think a couple of her downsides. She's very squishy in Form 1. She'll really struggle against champions who ignore block damage. You'll be able to kill her very easily in Form 2. But if I think she's going to be pretty nuts. Like, if they don't have any way to ignore that block damage, and she's going to be high resistance, so they might really struggle to remove it as well. That's the thing. You're able here to build a high resistance champion. She's bringing a ton of kill pressure with these counterattacks. She's bringing a ton of kill pressure with block revive over here and high resistance to protect her block damage. Counterattack is protected anyway. Guess that makes it a pretty nice synergy with Lightning Cage as well. The Lightning Cage to protect the block damage for even more safety. Could be sick. Yeah, she's very interesting. Very interesting. Let me know, what did you think of Joan the Luminant? She initial thoughts, she looks like a very, very powerful mythical for sure, and I think she'd be very helpful in PvE content as well. You know, just increased attack and giving you 15% more damage. Not going to be probably top tier. I don't think she'll be top tier for any of the, you know, typical clan boss teams and stuff like that, but she'd be very helpful for doing Chimera with constant increased resistance. Got a really good revive with Unkillable. That's going to be great for Chimera. Again, 15% more damage boost. really nice for all the clan bosses. So I don't think she'll be top tier for like end game teams, but I think she'd be stupidly helpful for anyone early, mid, even late game. This looks like to me like a champion you can slot into any team, and she'll do incredibly well. Her alternate form does seem to be more arena and wave focused. But yeah, potentially very... I mean, the counterattacks also opens up some Chimera trials and stuff as well. So yeah, I'm pretty darn impressed with Joan. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts. I would love to pull this mythical. I think she's super fun. Yeah, she's super fun. Like I said, the Valcardia cart I've got on, that's obviously a mythical. It's tricky to get. The good news is that it is in the standard group. I would say probably her best relic is probably the Stars of Jinang. That thing's insane, just giga turn meter. Yeah, obviously, and resistance main stat. I think you're looking for resistance main stat for her. The more budget option would be Aspect of Siroth, Demonic Effigy, super budget, Journal of Necrotis if you're uber budget. Yeah, there you go, guys. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.